Time now for our Ultimate Insider, brought to you by FFB Bank, and it's our pleasure to welcome back Steven Comstock, former Bulldog quarterback and safety. And you're emotional, I think, when you watch these games, right? So you had to be pretty happy. Were you smiling watching that game?
I was losing my mind. And I don't know if I ever sat on the couch for longer than 10 seconds outside of commercials, but yeah, I was going nuts.
Steven, what impressed you the most about Fresno State's win on Saturday?
I think there's two types of programs. There's winning programs and there's losing programs. A losing program goes out after two tough losses, playing in an environment like Boise State, and they lose the game. We came out there and we dominated on defense. We got the job done on offense, and our special teams came out and played well too.
Yeah, complimentary football. Coaches talk about it all the time. Big key in this game was the rushing attack for Fresno State. They ran for 189 yards on the ground, Steven. They weren't able to throw it very well, but they made up for it, I think, with the running game. You notice anything different about the running backs and the offensive line in this game?
I like what we have right now. We have four good backs. I've heard a lot of talk from people around town saying, man, I don't remember the last time we had this much depth. It looked like we had more physicality. It looked like we really were kind of digging deep offensive line-wise, and some of our running backs were breaking tackles, and I just liked seeing that we found something that was working and just stuck with it.
The Bulldogs defense dominated. What's your reaction to the way they responded following last week's game?
They looked like they just wanted to get after it the whole time. The energy was so different from the week prior. You could see that they're feeling confident about what we're doing. Our coach, our defensive coordinator, he's new, and some of these programs might not be seeing the looks that we were giving a few weeks ago, because now we have new wrinkles in. So I think we're in a great spot right now. Nobody's going to know what we're installing. Nobody's going to know what we're doing on third downs, fourth downs, what blitzes we're bringing. So we kind of have an advantage there, and we just need to keep firing on all cylinders.
Simeon Harris, this guy was all over the field on Saturday against Boise. He plays that nickel position, that nickelback position. First off, explain to people what makes that position kind of unique, and then why is he such a problem right now for offenses?
I love the nickel position. When I was playing, we had Maurice Norris, who was a great player. You can make a lot of noise in that position. It's kind of like a hybrid. Nickel is like a linebacker, corner, safety hybrid that's good in the coverage, but also good in the box to tackle. And we brought him off the edge a few times, and he had some success. And I think he's just playing with confidence and a little bit of, he's playing with fire. You can just see he's running around the field, he's making plays. And defensively, it looks like everybody's kind of together. We rotate a lot of guys, but at no point in the game did it look like, oh, the twos are in, or oh, the other guys are in. We had solid performance the whole time.
How much credit should Matt Entz and this coaching staff get for yesterday's win?
It's huge. Last week, I talked to him last week after the game. I was up in the office, and it's a tough spot to be in when you're two hard losses. I think they responded great. We've had a few bye weeks. We're having another bye week, and I think that's given him time, like he said after the game, to get with these guys and work with these guys and coach them and actually have his hands on and be able to do his job.
I mean, let's be honest, this program was reeling a little bit heading into this game. It was kind of a get-right game, I think, for the Bulldogs. How does this change the overall feeling for the guys as they, look to finish out the season strong?
I'm very impressed. At some points in a game, there's tipping points, and we won every single one of those points. We got takeaways in crucial moments. Not only did we get the takeaway, we put points on the board. We blocked field goals. We did the right things in pivotal moments where things shift. And that's a hostile environment. It's hard to win a football game there. I remember being there, and you can't have a conversation. You can't talk. It's a tough place to play, and they went out there and they executed in crucial moments. I think it was a huge growing point for our guys.
You mentioned the bye week, obviously another one this week before hosting Wyoming. Is this a bad time for a bye after such a big rivalry win?
24-hour rule. I say it all the time, but enjoy it for 24 hours, and it's back to work. Start chopping wood, and let's keep it going. We're on a roll right now. Let's get, we are pretty banged up as well. That's just what happens when you're at this point in the season. Let's get our guys healthy, and now we have to put our foot on the gas.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique schedule this year with the 3 bye weeks that are included in the Dogs' schedule. One thing that might be good about the bye week, give Carson Conklin a little more time, maybe to get more comfortable with that offense. They can work out some of the kinks. Got to ask you, how concerned are you that the Dogs were only able to throw the ball, 35 yards passing in this game? They didn't complete a pass over 8 yards. Your level of concern with that?
I loved what Coach Entz said in his post-game interview. He said, just worry about getting the next first down. Don't worry about scoring. Just focus on your job and what we're doing in the moment. And that's huge. That's something that, you know, the whole we can't pass the ball. Well, guess what? It all starts at the line of scrimmage. And if we can run the ball, yes, obviously teams are going to stack the box, but it will at some point will open up pass games, and we just got to stay true to who we are.
Carson Conklin, you know, obviously he's new to the position. Looks, you know, like he was playing a little conservatively, I would say, on Saturday, partly because the Dogs had a big lead, right? And so, you know, it's at that point where, hey, we got to protect the football here because we're playing from in front. You're a former quarterback at Fresno State. When you watch the game, what would you like to see him do maybe a little differently? How does he gain a little more confidence?
You said it correctly. You just got to get reps. And as a quarterback, you're the leader of the team. It is hard when you make a switch like this. And you know, like you said, we didn't throw the ball very well. We didn't have a whole lot of yards, so that's only going to add to, you know, maybe a little bit of stress or you know, lack of confidence. But this bye week will help. I know it will help, and we just got to keep going, hand the ball off, and when we can hit big shots, hit big shots.
All right, that's Steven Comstock talking about the Dogs. Big win on the blue. Thanks, Steven.
Thank you.